Hi, welcome to Garden Guns. This is part 2 of my home defence pistol, home defence revolver chat. I think it's probably the best thing. It's really a video of me messing around in the bottom of the garden shooting stuff with paintballs and rubber balls and seeing what effects they have. So, I hope you've enjoyed the first part, if you have watched the first part. If you haven't, then there's some stuff on chronographing and bits and bobs. If you're here for the second part, then less of me talking, let's get on with the video. Right, so, time for the HDP. Let's put a couple of shots in here, load up, see what this can do compared to the HDR. Right, as we know that this is going out at, well, they claim 7 joules, 7.5 joules. I've chronoed it, as you've seen, at 5 foot-pounds. So let's see what a 17 grain 0.5 cal rubber ball will do to a tin at 5 foot-pounds. Let's hope this sight is reasonably zeroed in. Should we give it another shot? Okay. Should we give it another shot? Right, so there we go. That went straight the way through, and as you can see, came straight out the back of the can. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to be hit by one of those at that. So I wonder what it will do. I don't think it's going to do an awful lot to a solid vase, but should we shoot one and find out? I think it might be a good idea. Right, so a vase. I'm not holding out an awful lot of hope, to be fair, with this. I really, if this damages this vase, I'm going to be really surprised. But who knows? Let's see what happens. More to the point, can I actually hit the thing? Actually, more to the point, I'm more worried about the ricochet at the moment. Hitting it and the ricochet, this could hurt me. Okay, let's unload. Okay, that's a surprise. Okay, I'll be back. Yeah. Ooh, I'm a bit shocked. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, this yeah, it broke the vase. That was a surprise. I think the plastic container that I've been sitting everything on to do the shooting. I'm going to shoot that. Here we go again. I need to start finding more of these balls. I'm down to literally my last 4. So let's see if it actually makes any indent into this plastic container. This is a sort of a storage container from B&Q. It's pretty heavyweight plastic. Having said that, I have shot it a few times with, well, it's been in the line of fire when I've been shooting my air guns. So it's taken a few hits from an air gun, which is why it's been relegated to backstop and target holding duties. But let's see what happens when we shoot it with the HDR. Does this make any difference? Once again, I'm more worried about the ricochet. But here we go. That was bang on the zero as well. Do you know, I was dissing this pistol for its accuracy, but I mean, so far it's not been, it's more accurate than the HDP is with the paintballs. With the rubber balls, it seems to be doing a pretty good job of going, well, where I zeroed it. So yeah, I'll take you down and go and have a look. Hang on. So the finished result. Let's have a look. And there you have it. Hole all the way through. Now, did it go through the other side? It tried. It definitely tried. I think that, to me, right there, sorry about the camera work, that to me looks like the ball tried to go through. And, yay, found the ball. Right. I didn't think it was going to come to this. But there's only one thing left to do. I'm gonna shoot a TV. I'm gonna see what happens when I shoot a TV. I'll be back in a minute. I need to go and find my old television. Give me a few minutes and I'll go and grab the TV, and then we're going to shoot it with both the HDP and the HDR. We'll give it a, first of all, we'll hit it with the HDP with a paintball gun, with a paintball on it, and then we'll hit it with one of the rubber balls and see what happens when we shoot a TV with one of these things. Okay, back with you in a few minutes. Right, you will already know on the video, the downrange video, that there is a paintball mark on the TV already. I shot both the pistol and the revolver at the television, and they're quite gas hungry pistols, and I just felt as though the power was dropping off on them. You know, I've shot a fair few shots through these today, mucking around and yeah, basically seeing what they would do. And the pistol is definitely more hungry, and at 11 joules you'd expect it to be, than the revolver is. The revolver is 7.5 joules. So, fresh CO2 powderlet. I'm not holding out much hope. I don't think we're going to crack the television, but if we do, as I say, best chance we've got at the moment. Let's go with the pistol first. As I say, I've been surprised at, you know, what was it? Was it 5 foot-pounds for the revolver and 9.3 foot-pounds for the HDP, the pistol? So, you know, not quite double the power, but close enough. And I'm surprised at how much more kick it's had. You know, it's definitely had a little bit more oomph than the revolver does. That extra power on it. But anyway, okay, let's bang out 2 shots into the television, just randomly anywhere. Oh, that's a hell of a lot more power. Oh, that's a hell of a lot more power. Good splats, but from what I can see, I don't think it has damaged the actual screen at all. So let's do the HDR next, the revolver. I've got 2 BBs. Now, when I was when I shot the first, I tried this the first time round. I've got to be honest, it was ricocheting through the willow tree and past my left hand ear. So I am slightly nervous that I'm going to shoot myself. I've yet to do it in a video. He says in a video, like I've shot myself before. I would be lying if I hadn't said that with a paintball gun or a BB gun I hadn't accidentally shot myself when I was a kid. But we all learn from our mistakes, and trigger discipline. You know, if your finger's nowhere near the trigger, then in theory you can't shoot yourself. Right, here we go. Ooh. Let's switch the sight on, that would help. Okay. No. I'm gonna, you know, I think I'm gonna come at a slight angle. Okay, still in camera. Oh, crap. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah, regassing was definitely the right thing to do. Right, let me switch off the sight. And let me take you down range. Let me just grab you quickly. Let's take these off. And okay. Right, as I say, I apologise for the video format, not my normal style. I have sort of stolen it off Matt from Demo Ranch. So, yeah, that's that regassing has definitely made a difference. There we go. So, that was shot 2, and there's shot 1. And on the paints, oh, yeah, if you look, I don't know if you can make this out, but even the paintballs they've left cracks and weathering. Well, weathering. I don't think weathering's the right word, but they've left spiraling around the edges. So, conclusion. What do I think to these things? Well, I mean, I think that looks awesomely cool with the red dot on, and I've actually been surprised at how accurate it's been with the rubber BBs, and you know, to be fair, as something to have a little bit of fun with in the garden, you know, shooting tin cans, you know, tin can Skittles or something like that, I think probably the best thing to do would be to fill the cans up with water, just to give you a little bit more resistance. But I think you know, tin can full of water and one of those BBs should hopefully not ricochet too much. Should take most of the impact out. Having said that, as a caveat, as a little bit of a safety thing, safety warning, I would definitely say make sure you're wearing eye pro when you're shooting one of these. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Especially with the rubber balls, you are going to get ricochets. As I said, some of those in the video that I didn't shoot or show, my first couple of shots with the rubber balls before I regassed, they were bouncing off, not leaving any marks and just bouncing straight off the telly and going past my ears, which was a little bit disconcerting. Overall, well, providing you stick to the overall rule in terms of what you can and can't shoot through these. As I say, the Revolver, which is 5 foot-pounds, 7.5 joules or thereabouts. I haven't done the actual proper conversion, but 5 foot-pounds, so it's below the UK legal limit for an air gun, which effectively we're sticking it in the air gun category for legal purposes. The HDP, the home defense pistol, that's a paintball marker, although not one that you would be able to use on any paintball site. If you get shot with one of those paintballs, it is gonna hurt. You are gonna have at best a really big welt. Well, be a small welt, but my god, it's gonna bruise. It'll be a massive bruise. At worst, it's definitely gonna break skin and cut you. I certainly wouldn't dream of shooting anybody with the HDP or the HDR for that matter. I mean, you've seen that the HDR has broken a pot. It's gone through, it's penetrated both sides of thick plastic, smacked straight through tin cans without any problems at all. You know, in terms of something that you would shoot at people, no, you know, you can't use these like you would use an airsoft gun or an actual paintball gun. These are purely for home use, for messing around in your garden, knocking over tin cans, you know, making splats on bits of wood or on paint cans or something along those lines, or doing what I've done, you know, dragging out old pots and TVs and you know, old plastic boxes that really, you know, other than shooting them, or you know, the only other thing you'd do with them is stick them in the waste, you know, take them down to the tip and get rid of them. You know, I say they make really good fun targets to shoot with stuff like this. As for the defense use in the rest of the world, that would depend on your country's rules. In the UK, you aren't allowed to own anything for the purposes of self-defense. That shows intent, as far as I understand it, and that's against the law. You know, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it before, but the example I've always used is, you know, if you are walking down a dark, unlit street with a maglite, you know, heavy old-duty maglite torch in your hand, and somebody was to attack you and you used that to defend yourself, you know, if your original use was for the purpose of lighting your way home, then that would be fine. But if you were carrying that mag light because you didn't like the area that you're in and you wanted to use it for defense, then the mag light now becomes a weapon. That shows intent, that the fact that you're using it to cause harm, potentially, and that is illegal in the UK. So, I reiterate, in the UK, they might be called the home defence pistol and the home defence revolver, but you cannot legally own these for that purpose. For mucking about in the back garden, absolutely fine. And I'll reiterate it one more time, just don't put the rubber balls, don't buy the rubber balls and stick them in the 11 joule 9 foot-pound pistol, because that would then make it a Section 5 firearm as far as I understand it, and that means a fairly hefty fine and quite a long time at Her Majesty's pleasure. If you want any of these, you can get them from a number of retailers in the UK at the moment, but I definitely know, sorry, I've got spider webs all over my face, I definitely know that Phil and Tracey at Leicestershire Airguns are carrying them, and they're selling them as paintball markers, which I believe means that they can be sent without any of the ammunition, so without the rubber balls or without the paintballs, they can be sent in the post. But if you have any queries about that, then give Leicestershire Airguns a call. As I say, they're offering I believe they're offering to do these mail order under the auspices of selling a paintball marker, which from what I understand is you can actually legally do that, providing you're above the age of 18. You can order online and they'll send it through to you. I might be wrong. Give them a call is the best shot down at Leicestershire Airguns. I will put their website in the description below so that you can find their contact details for any further questions on these remarkably fun and, I'm going to say, goofy toys, markers. They're definitely not something that you would give to your 13-year-old kid without supervision, but you know, they are very good fun. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Slightly different format. I hope it's not annoyed you too much. We will be back to the normal programming and the normal way of doing things in my next video, unless of course you prefer this format. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, I hope you all stay safe. Cheers.